Okay. Uh, okay. Hello, everyone. And in this presentation, I will tell to you about the health facility. Okay. Points. Some points of which I will talk about are the design, addressing the internal and external design, the design of each floor and the distribution, the technologies and resources that will be necessary to the functioning of the facility, the organization. In the organization, I will talk about of the management, the organizational structure, and of the profiles, features, and duties of each member of the facility. The guidelines which the health facility will provide to the another facilities, the specific protocols of the facility, and finally the spin-offs. Okay, the design. This is the general map of all facilities by Habitat Marte. And now I will show you the design which I created of the health facility. Okay. I made this 3D model of the facility with Inventor AutoCAD, and I choose this hexagonal shape because it will be easier to represent the furniture and the distribution in general, but can be perfectly circular base. And this is the solid view, and this is the transparent view to have a better see of each floor. The base has 8 meters of diameter and 7 meters of height. Here there is a video which I made to view better the 3D model. This is the solid view, and these are the connection to the other facilities. And this is the transparent view. Here we can see clearly the floors. It's important to say that this isn't the exactly distribution of the furnitures. We will see a distribution much more detailed in the planes. Okay, now I will show you the planes and distribution of each floor. First floor, and this is the plane. In this floor will be a stretcher to medical controls, treatments, and surgeries, medical operations, etc. And this rectangle represents medical machines. Here will be a desk with a computer to do health reports of each member of the all facilities. In these sites, here and here, will be medical staff and storage. These are the doors to the connection to the other facilities. This is a referential image of the stretcher and medical machines. Okay, now second floor. This is the plane, and in this floor will be a circular table, which will be a social play. Here the astronauts will be able to can study, eat, play together, do meetings, talk, etc. And also in this floor will be the 3D printers, here and here. And also the medical laboratory here and here, where we'll do samples analysis and resources. Okay, these are some referential images of the installations. This is the circular table, the medical laboratory, and the 3D printer. And finally, the third floor. This is the plane. In this floor is where the bedroom are going to be. This is the bedroom. This is the beds here and here. And this is a desk. In this floor, there will be two bathrooms, one this and this, one with access from the bedroom, and the other one with access from the outside. This rectangle is a green zone which works on mini greenhouse, where we can produce a little portions of food. And finally, this is a recreational zone. There is a smart TV, a PlayStation, and a sofa. In this place, the astronauts can play video games, watch TV, listen to music, and do different social and recreational activities. Also, in display will be a VR lens to VR training, like simulations of surgeries, machine repairs, ice extracting, etc. These are the referential image of the bedroom, the mini greenhouse, and the recreational zone. Okay. Applied technologies, machines and technologies necessary for the operation of the installations. Okay, some machines which it will be necessary of the operation of the installation are the medical machines like X-ray machine, a dental chair, a medical lamp, etc. Also, first aid kits, stretchers, laboratory machines, the 3D printers, etc. And obviously the software to use these machines and have register of every medical data. Now resources. Possible resources to generate in situ or transported from Earth. Okay, with the 3D printers, we will be able to produce some resources like medical tools and medical stuff in general. And also, we can produce a little portion of food with the mini greenhouse. And the resources transported from Earth are the medicines, the machines, and the food, and the oxygen, and every important element for the astronaut sustainability on Mars. Okay. Organizational structure. Okay. The organization of the facility is conformed of a medical chief, a medical assistant, a therapist, a scientist, and finally a technician. Okay, and the medical chief must be a surgeon because he or she must be prepared to any kind of emergency. The medical chief must have knowledge of different areas of medicine and also must have a good teamwork ability and leadership ability. Duties. The medical chief duties will be lead to the crew, do surgeries and medical operations in emergency cases, and supervise that all protocols of the facility are followed, represent the health facility in general meetings, and finally do an inventory of all medical stuff and machines. Okay, next, medical assistant. Okay. The medical assistant profile will be a dentist, a kinesiologist, a nurse, etc. The medical assistant must have knowledge in different areas of medicine, and it must to be a resilient person and must to be able to teamwork. Duties. The duties of the medical assistant are assist to the medical chief in all of he or she needs, do different treatments to the astronauts in case of being necessary, and do the daily health controls to the members of all facilities. Therapist. The profiles which are compatible with this church are psychologists, psychiatrist, occupational therapist, etc. The therapist must be an empathic person, dedicated and compromised with her or his work, and must have work experience of social relationship and teamwork. Duties. The duties of the therapist are the weekly or monthly mental health controls, um, to the members of all facilities, and also make it sure that all guidelines related with mental health are followed in all facilities. And finally, develop social activities to improve interpersonal relationships. Okay, scientist. The profile that is needed to discharge is be a biochemist. Must have research experience and also clinical experience, and must have capacity of resolving problems. Duties. The duties of the scientist are analyze the medical samples, do medical researches, and also analyze Martian samples like dirt or ice. Okay, finally, the technician. The technician must be an engineer, can be an electrical, mechanical, computer, or system engineer, and also must have resolving problems capacity, must to have 3D printing experience, and must to have medical machines knowledge and experience. Okay, the technician duties are being in charge of the 3D print, operate mostly machines and do the maintenance of them, and also must investigate and design new machines that be able and useful on Mars. Okay, now training. Astronaut training program. Okay, all members of the facility will must to do the next training program to be part of the crew. Okay, first, outdoor emergency training, which will be emergency simulacrums happen outside of the base. For example, an emergency while astronauts was extracting ice, to be prepared for these situations. Next, medical machines training. This is to learn the functionality and how repair each machine, which be in the health facility. First aid, they must do extensive first aid training to be prepared to any emergency. And finally, they must do courses of general medicine. Okay, here are some YouTube videos to train astronauts, electrical safety testing for medical devices, basic first aid training, and how do we handle medical emergency in space. This is a YouTube videos to support. Okay, now guidelines, protocols, and routines. The guidelines which the health facility will provide to the other facilities are classified in 3 ambits: physical health and hygiene ambit, mental health ambit, and finally training ambit. Okay, physical health and hygiene. All facilities must have a first aid kit to any emergency. Every astronaut must have a good personal hygiene. This is very important. Elaborate a report in case of any symptom of disease or any pain. Elaborate a report and send it to the health facility. And finally, elaborate a daily report of the feeding and calories burns. Okay, now mental health. All astronauts must sleep 8 hours every night. This is very important to the physical and mental health. Also, all facility must to do at least 1 social activity per day, like watch a movie together, a debate, a talk, and finally, and recreational activities. All astronauts must to do in their free times recreational activities like read a book, play some instrument, play a game. Personally, I would play a video game in the PlayStation or watch a movie. Um, and finally, a very important guideline of the mental health is the active pauses. Okay, the active pauses are pauses on the work time in which the subject does some specific physical exercise, mostly stretchings, and it not takes more than 15 minutes. This exercise also of physical benefits generates change in cardiovascular, respiratory, and cognitive level. Some specific benefits of the active pause are stress diminution, reduce the mental and physical fatigue, improve the work performance, promote the muscular relaxing, and promote the blood circulation and toxic substance elimination. Some active pauses exercise are breathing, stretching of the posterior and lateral neck muscles, stretching of the posterior and lateral column muscles, shoulder abductor muscle stretching, etc. This is an image of CEMEX España to some exercise of active pauses. And finally, the training ambit. Every astronaut, every facility must to do monthly first aid training. This is for be prepared to any emergency, and also emergency simulacrums for the same reason. And every astronaut must to do daily physical training of at least 30 minutes per day. This is very important to have a healthy life, to have a good mental or physical health. And finally, study and research about medicine. Okay, now protocols. Specific protocols and routines of the health facility. Okay, first, every day the members of all facilities must to go to the health facility to do a report with their vital signs. Second, weekly, a member of the health facility must make a class of their specialty to the other members. This is for each member be able to do any work inside of the facility. If the responsible of this work can do it for any circumstance. This is a method for mutual learning. In addition of this, the astronauts must do VR simulations of different training, like surgeries, ice and dirt harvest of surface of Mars, and etc. Okay, safety protocols. In case of contagious disease detection on any astronaut, the facility which the astronaut be part must go into quarantine, and depending on the severity of the disease, all facility must go into quarantine and be permanent in isolation. Second, in case of a surgery, the doors of the connection to the other facilities in the first floor must be closed. In the first floor, only must be the person which will be operated, the medical chief, the medical assistant, and only if it's necessary, the technician. And they must follow all medical protocols, like use face mask, gloves, etc. And finally, every day the technician must do a revision and, if necessary, a maintenance of all machines of the facility. And finally, every day, all medical tools and medical staff must be sanitized. Okay, recreational, social, and entertainment protocols. First, all foods, breakfast, lunch, dinner, must be in the same hour for all members of the facility and share these moments together. Second, must be at least one social activity per day, like play a game, watch a movie, a debate, a talk, activities together. And finally, the astronauts must have at least three free times without counting the eat times and the sleep times. Another protocol which I will do are if to the crew like for example video games, organize tournaments of the video games to entertainment. Okay, protocols for food micro production. Okay, it will be weekly turns to be in charge of the mini greenhouse. The astronaut which be in charge of it will be, sorry, the astronaut will be in charge of it. Will must to water it, supervise that all parameters are good, and if it's necessary, harvest the food. Okay, finally, spin-offs. Technologies and outputs that could be applied to Earth. Okay, it will be developed different kinds of tools and methods to first aid and medical operation, which will be useful to emergency on hostile environments on Earth. Impacts to sustainable development goals. Okay, the development sustainable goals which the operation of the health facility impacts are the good health and quality education. First, the work of mental health developed in this facility will create conscience to which important is the mental health. The same happens with the method to prevent any contagious disease. And quality education will be impacted by the mutual learning system that was developed, in which each member teach the other about their specialty, and thus everyone learns from the other. Okay. Finally, there is our references. There are the references, and this is my contact info and my social media. Thank you for your attention.